Okie dokie, you guys. So I am back here again. This video is going to be about swim baits, but first I'm going to tell you guys a few things. So first thing is first. I've forgotten about this many times in my videos. A couple weeks ago, I told you that I caught something in the pond, right? Well, I didn't really forget, but I just kept forgetting every single time I would make a video. And I've made a lot of videos since then, but I keep forgetting every single time. So I'm going to say it really quickly. I thought my door opened, but anyway, I kept seeing bullfrogs in the pond. So I took a weightless worm and caught some bullfrogs. That's what it was. It was bullfrogs. There's no fish in the pond or nothing like that. It was bullfrogs. So, any of you guys that wanted to know what it was bullfrogs. And I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to tell you. Second thing, I held up one finger. Second thing is the reason why I was gone for 6 or 7 days since my last video about the anti-hunters was I was sick. Like 2 days after I posted that video, I got sick. I started getting sick the day after I posted it, and then I got pretty sick the day after. That day, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've been sick for the past few days, but today and yesterday I felt a lot better. So yeah, I'm going to get back out there in the woods and try to do some deer hunting. Now, as of recording this video right now, it is 37 degrees here in this part of Illinois. So yeah, it's getting pretty cold. So I won't be able to do much deer, or won't be doing much, if any, fishing for a long time. So yeah, so be doing a lot of lure videos, but this video is going to be, like I said, about swim baits. Now I love throwing swim baits. Don't matter what kind. You know, I throw the S waiver. You know, I've thrown it every single time I've gone fishing since I got it, just because it's a fun bait to throw. But these soft plastic swim baits like the Big Easy, or, you know, these little bite-sized swim baits like that, you know, they're always fun to catch fish with, because, you know, you're just sitting there reeling along. You know, you're not digging down in the bottom with crankbaits or nothing. You know, you're just reeling along, and then all of a sudden your rod loads up and you just set the hook in one. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going to tell you guys really quickly about some of my favorite swim baits and why they're my favorites. Now this one here, these two that I'm going to show you first, I have not caught any fish on yet, but I think they're going to be really good players in next fishing season, because I think they're just going to be really good. First one is the Big Easy. You know, Gambler makes Big Easies. That's the brand that makes them, Gambler is. But these here work really well on them big lakes like Okeechobee and down there in Florida. And I thought, you know what? If they can catch 10-pounders down there, why can't I catch 2-pounders up here? You know, because that's the way I think. You know, this was kind of more a just, you know what, they look good. You know, I kind of was prancing around the idea of buying it for a long time, for like months, not like a couple days, like months of buying them. And I just kept thinking, you know, I got to be practical with what I'm going to buy. And then I just got on eBay one day and was like, you know what, click, buy now, you know. So I mean, it was pretty quick how I bought them. It didn't take me probably 5 seconds. As soon as I got back on eBay, I was like, you know what, I'm not worrying about it anymore. I'm going to buy them. And if they don't work, they don't work. If they do, they do, you know. But yeah, Big Easy, I think it's going to be something big in the next year. Then is these little things here. Little Blade Minnow by Strike King. This here is a really good trailer. I've already tried it on a chatterbait trailer, but I think by itself on a jig hook is going to be pretty good as well, especially when I find them schooling fish, or possibly on a bed. I think it might work pretty cool because it's got the bladed, or the sections in it. I think that's going to be a lot of action, you know, on a bed, you know, jigging it up off the bottom. I think that'd be pretty cool too. But now these swim baits here are swim baits I have caught fish with. So these here are from experience catching fish with them. First one is the Mud Minnow by Yum. Now these here are pretty good on a jig head. They're not much good on a swimbait hook. Honestly, they're not. Pretty much you either have to use a jig head or, well, basically a jig head is about all you can use. Because a weightless hook, they kind of want to swim upside down for some reason. I don't know why, but they do. A weighted hook is too big for it. And it kind of renders the tail action. It kind of messes the tail action up. Because a normal size hook comes to about here on the swimbait. And, you know, that's only giving you about ½ an inch of tail action, and it's not much. So, best thing for these type of swimbaits is with a jig head. Now, I did cut the fin off because the fin is just some added problem, you know, and I don't really like the problems with baits. So, yeah, I got it on a 1/8 ounce shaky head jig head. Then, another swimbait that has become a pretty good favorite, not only just for me, but also my mom and my dad, is the Trigger X swimbait. Now, it does not say the name of it on the bait itself. I wish it did so I could tell you, but it is a Trigger X swimbait. All it says on it is Trigger X, so I cannot tell you the exact name of it, but it is a really good swimbait. I'm sure if you look up Trigger X swimbaits, you'll probably find them pretty quick. But these here are good. They're really good, especially on a hook, like a regular weighted hook or a jig head. You can throw them on a jig head as well. It's not going to bother the action at all. The next swimbait that I love to throw, I actually caught one of the biggest limits ever, about 14 pound, I think, was the limit with this swimbait. Which around here, you know, fishing little farm ponds is pretty good. You know, the biggest limit, I think, actually, you know what? I think that this limit, I think the limit I'm talking about was on a chatterbait. I think that the day I used this was, I caught like an almost, it's like 15.5 was what I weighted at. So yeah, I caught a 15.5 pound, like 15.5 or something like that, pound limit with this swimbait. This is a Yum Squeezy swimbait, I'm thinking is how you say it. But yeah, just a 3/0 EWG belly weighted hook with 3/8 ounces the weight. Yeah, pretty sure that was what I weighed that limit to be. I know it was like one of my top 5 best limits I've caught. And I think the best limit I've caught was on a mix between a spook. It was either the spook limit that I had or the limit I got with the bullworm and the tube. Because I took and fished a tube for a long time, then I started fishing bullworm on the same day and caught like a almost 17 pound limit, which was pretty good. It was mainly like 3-pounders. 3.5 pounders, so it was pretty good. But anyway, let's get back into swimbaits. The very last swimbait is this little snack size swimbait that is honestly just the neatest little swimbait that I've ever seen. It is a Strike King. Am I missing a swimbait? I'm missing a swimbait, aren't I? Where's that swimbait at? Okay, there it is. This is not the last swimbait, but this one here that I was missing, I couldn't see it because it was dark back there. This swimbait is a Strike King Rage Tail swimmer. Now I got it on a 3/8 ounce ball head, jig head. Now this is a really good swimbait for targeting bigger fish. I don't know why, but it seems like the one fish that I caught on it was bigger than any of the other fish that I caught. I was catching fish on, what was I catching fish on? I was catching fish on, actually I think I was catching a fish on a dog, a sexy dog. And I switched over to that swimbait just to see if they were eating under the surface too. And I caught like a 3.5 pounder on it, and that was the only fish I caught. Which, that's either good or bad. I don't really know. But the other swimbait that I caught fish on that is a really cool swimbait is the 2.75 inch Strike King Rage Tail swimmer. Man, my neck hurts. I don't know why, but man, my neck started hurting really bad. That hurts a lot. Anyway, yeah, that swimbait there is a pretty good swimbait for when the fish are targeting small bait fish. I'm all the time seeing videos and TV shows about people are trying to mimic small bait fish, and most of these videos were back before swimbaits this small really was around. And as far as I know, Strike King is the only company that I've found that makes. Sorry, I'm tired. Tired and my neck hurts. But the only swimbait company that I've found that makes swimbaits this small, they're tiny, 2.75 inch, which is 2 3/4 inches. Honestly, they look smaller than that, but they're not. So yeah, they're pretty good for mimicking smaller bait fish. But yeah, that's my video. I hope you guys like it. If you do, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We hit 85 the other day, and I'm hoping we'll hit 100 at some point between now and March 2nd. I'm thinking about trying to find some people, trying to do some comments on other videos, trying to find people, to find my channel, you know what I mean? So, yeah, hopefully I can get to 100 soon. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And this was the Topwater King. Goodbye.